stealing and killing and contaminating minds of people.
Many of you are most likely familiar with the now popularized sound of recording in a bedroom with the mic across the room, gain and sensitivity turned all the way up, with whatever musician you're listening to belting their heartfelt lyrics of love and loss, scraping away at their acoustic guitar that they've had to restring 6 times since they got it last month. Basically, the DIY scene. Obviously not every DIY band sounds like this. God knows that groups like Shortly and Prince Daddy and the Hyenas sound crisp as hell. But as music genres continue to blend and get looser and looser, with less real definition of what rock really is, more groups begin to emerge with a more homegrown feel. Even when the audio and equipment is good, you still see larger artists like Eden, Clairo, Joji, and even Billie Eilish recording in their bedrooms. While possibly unintentional, it helps give the listener a sense of familiarity. It makes them feel as though the artist is right there next to them, singing out their heart to them and only them. Demos like these, whether or not they remain demos, evolve into more fleshed out songs, or simply become the song itself, oftentimes date back to when that one uncle in your family had a band with his friends in his garage and they played a prom. Man, 87 sure was a good year. Coach had only put me in, I swear to Jesus, fuck, we would've won. The point is, the idea of demos or lo-fi, low-quality sounding music isn't exactly new. One of the artists to implement and focus on this idea the best, however, is a band going by the name of Teen Suicide. Right off the bat, you can see that they're not exactly your typical happy-go-lucky pop group. Focusing on generally sad, morbid, love-lost lyrics, the group has released a slew, and I mean a slew, of projects, generally composed of anywhere from 14 to 26 short 1 to 3 minute tracks featuring basically whatever they felt like making that day. Changing names to American Pleasure Club in 2017-2018, they continue to, quote, play a billion types of music and work feverishly, never stopping, never ending. Led and completely recorded by Sam Ray, hailing all the way from Baltimore, Maryland, they just keep kicking, and today I want to talk about that. So I was gonna say that at this point that usually in these things I provide a brief history of the artist and all their releases and everything, but in this one I wasn't gonna do that and just jump into what I wanted to say. But then I noticed the 4 paragraphs of script before this one, so that seems to have escaped me. So yeah, Teen Suicide. I think one of the best comparisons to what they were doing at the time when they first started coming up is All the Toppings by Panucci's Pizza. Similarly, it featured many short tracks, occasionally acoustic, occasionally not, all of it short, sweet, to the point, and really badly mixed. One difference, however, is in the way that Lou uses vocals compared to the way that Sam uses vocals. Lou consistently is screaming and singing out lyrics, oftentimes in conjunction with the instruments. Sam, however, Sam does it different. While in certain songs like This Is Heaven and I Die For It, All the Lonely Nights in Your Life, and the same thing's happening to me all the time, even in my dreams, it's definitely easier to hear what he's saying. Most of the rest of the time, his voice kind of just blends in the distortion made by the drums, guitars, bass, and occasional keys in the background. For example, looking at their first release, Bad Vibes Forever, on their Genius page, only 6 of the 14 songs on that record actually have lyrics that anyone could discern. It's not like Sam isn't singing anything either. He's definitely saying something. It's just so well implemented into the background, or poorly produced, whatever your opinion is, that you can't really hear it. Now, maybe this comes down to the fact that even on the release page on their Bandcamp, it says that these were early demos. However, when the band signed to Run for Cover Records in 2015 to re-release I Will Be My Own Hell, they also re-released Bad Vibes Forever, so someone should know what the fuck he's saying. And yet, here we are. In a way, I think these shitty mixed vocals add something to the music. It focuses more as a compositional piece, not a song. His voice is meant to be added and listened to as an instrument, not a venue for words. While lyrics add to the piece, they're not the focus. I think this one picture of Sam playing portrays it pretty well, actually. I'm not sure about anyone else, but this picture to me, at least, shows a lot of emotion. The black and white helps, but with the light shining down on his contorted body, playing a show with Department of Mental Health written on his guitar strap, he's, for lack of a better word, just fucking fine. But seriously though, listening to a Teen Suicide or American Pleasure Club project brings a sense of calmness and general weird bittersweet euphoria, feeling content yet sad at the same time. One great fucking incredible example of this is Know the Moon. Plus, this wouldn't really be a video about teen suicide without it. Remember that clip that I played in the beginning? Well, the actual audio for that sounds like this.
Close my eyes,
Chances are, if you haven't heard of teen suicide prior to this video, you've probably heard that song before. Chances are, if you have heard of teen suicide prior to this video, you've listened to that song on repeat thousands of times, tried to play it whenever you see a piano, when they come in a guitar, watch Digits covered, heard Exit sample and Teeth, got the lyrics tattooed on your wrist, screamed at 12 o'clock in the morning. Okay, yeah, maybe that's a bit much, but it's a good-ass song. Well, this is one of the cases where you can still actually hear Sam's voice. The pure emotion and vibes are still there. It's pretty much a staple in teen suicide's discography, and listening to them without listening to that song is like not listening at all. The album that it's on, I Would Be My Own Hell, is also a great first record to listen to by them. So if you want to get introduced to them, I'd say go put that album on shuffle and listen for a bit. One thing I want to talk about as well real quick, although I'm not really sure how else to incorporate it, is their name. Obviously, Teen Suicide is not your typical band name. I think, in a way, it addresses the band's audience. Considering the style of music as well as lyrical content, Teen Suicide generally appeals to, well, teens. Music has a bit of a depressed sound, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. People have talked all the time online about various musicians and artists who have, quote, saved their life, and I'll be damned if this band isn't included with that conversation. They address issues of mental health and suicide head-on, and help kids all over cope through their weird, distorted, confusing style. This kind of goes back to their whole distorted lo-fi sound as well. Looking at a post Sam made about a year and a half ago, the name didn't actually mean anything. It was sort of just meant to be an attention grabber, to draw people to their band. Their shift to American Pleasure Club was, in a way, the band growing up. Sam wanted to change into something new, shifting from anything that might offend someone. And while American Pleasure Club is still representative of their sound today, I think that Teen Suicide sort of grew into something outside of itself. It grew into a symbol, an idea, that no matter who you are, no matter how distorted your guitars are, no matter how much you wail your vocals, no matter how bad your shit may or may not be, we all deserve a chance. And that is incredible. Like I said before, Teen Suicide and American Pleasure Club don't really present much that is new in their sound. While they cover a wide range of genres and styles, their general way of using mix and vocal melodies is pretty set in stone. A lot of their records sound similar in style to each other, but after about 8 to 9 years of it, that's not necessarily a bad thing. They've managed to perfect it, and continue to make us tired, sad, happy, and energetic all at the same time. Teen Suicide has become a staple in lo-fi, right down to the distorted vocals and addictive guitar licks. Teen Suicide is important, and so are you. Hey, third time's a charm. That was the video. Thank you for watching. I put a little bit more effort into this one than I have. My other ones in the past, it's not to say I didn't care about them, but I tried to put some more work into this. Also, I'm sorry about all the background noise. My class is being, yeah. Sorry it took so long to get this out. A couple things came up with another video that I was working on that didn't really pan out. Yeah. Also, I hit 1,000 subscribers, which is fucking awesome, and Tim constantly reminds me of it every single day, and I'm pretty sure the Dance Gavin Dance video is almost at 100,000 views, which is crazy. So thank you all so much for that. I think that's all for me for now. So I'm going to say goodbye. I'll see you all in the next video. Yeah.